The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The New York Jets have reported for training camp. Everyone is there, besides Haason Reddick, who is officially holding out. What will the Jets do next? We'll talk about that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season. We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Bryce Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go. Welcome in, everybody. Hit the like button. Subscribe to this channel. We talk Jets daily right here on the Jake Asman Show. Big shout out to all the Asmaniacs who tuned in to my hosting opportunity on 98.7 ESPN New York today with Dave Rothenberg. A lot of fun. Bunch of you tuned in. Thanks to everyone who did so. If you missed any of it, I retweeted the Best of podcast on my Twitter at Jake Asman, so you can listen back to DiPietro and Rothenberg in podcast form. The Best of or all 4 hours are available. Ladies and gentlemen, before we talk about Haason Reddick, announcement. By now you know the Jake Asman merch store is open for everybody. Visit jakeasman.com, hit the shop tab, and you could purchase any of the merch you see on the store. And reminder, for just 24 hours, well, now less than 24 hours, a limited edition Bobby Midnight shirt, Midnight 2024, is available. We've sold about, I think, 8 shirts so far. So reminder, this shirt's only available for, I don't know, till midnight tonight. So you do the math. What, 13 hours left? Check it out. JakeAsman.com. Merch store is open. Get your gear. And shout out to everyone who's already purchased their swag. If you're a Patreon member, every item in the store will continue to be 15% off. It is included in your $5 per month basic membership. Haason Reddick did not show up to Jets camp. Now, the first reaction to this is, oh boy, here we go. But I think if we take a deep breath, let's still look at the calendar. As excited as we all are that football is back, the Jets are on the field tomorrow practicing, it's still July 23rd. Jets don't play week 1 till Monday night on September 9th. They got time. Now, is it ideal? No. You want Reddick there. You traded for him. He's a game wrecker. He's replacing Bryce Huff, who had a great season last year. You want Reddick in the building. But just because he's not there on day 1 does not mean that he's not going to be there week 1 against the Niners on Monday Night Football. I'll say it. I'd be shocked if he's not out there week 1. I'd be shocked if he's not with the Jets within a couple weeks at the most. This is something that I think is going to get done. What I think is happening here right now is basically a classic, each side's blaming the other side, and somewhere in the middle probably lies the truth. During OTAs, Connor Hughes of SNY reported that the Jets and Reddick agreed he was going to play out his deal, that Reddick had told people in the building he was going to show up to the offseason program without a new contract. That's what Connor Hughes reported. Nick Faria of Athlon Sports and the Jake Asman Show, he then reported about a week later that Haason Reddick was under the impression that a new deal was going to get done between him and the Jets. So that's Reddick's side leaking out that story. Now, earlier today, Brian Costello reported that the Jets offered Haason Reddick an extension before the trade, which Reddick did not accept. Costello noted that the Jets traded for him, hoping they were close enough they could come to terms. Essentially, one side's blaming the other side and vice versa. That's where we're at right now. But that doesn't mean a deal won't eventually get done. Haason Reddick, for every day he misses, Every day he's not there, like today, he's fined $50,000. He will never see that money again. He doesn't get that money back if they agree to terms on a new deal. That fine money is gone. He doesn't get it back under the new CBA. In the past, you could hold out, and then with the terms of your new deal with your team, you would be able to work it out where you'd get your fine money back. That's not the case anymore. You do the math. Haason Reddick is not going to miss an entire summer of training camp. Eventually, he will have to show up. He's on the final year of his deal. Ultimately, he needs to play to get paid, if not by the Jets, then by someone. Now, on the other side of things, the Jets do need Haason Reddick. And if there's a way to redo his deal, maybe you don't give him a huge extension like Danielle Hunter got with the Texans, but you add more guarantees this year, increase his salary with incentives, you get him into camp, and at the end of the day, Reddick's there, and he's helping you win. That's how I see the situation playing out. I don't think because he's not there on day one, it means he's not going to be there for week one. Is it ideal? No. Is it the end-all, be-all? Absolutely not. Now, from Reddick's perspective, I think what happened here personally, his agent and him saw, hey, the Jets got rid of JFM. We have more leverage now. You see, if the Jets still had JFM on their team right now, which they did after the Reddick deal, they could simply say, no, we're not giving you a deal. All right? We had a great defense last year. We have JFM. We think Will McDonald could be just as good as Bryce Huff. We got Jermaine Johnson in year 3. We're fine. Now with no JFM, you have Reddick, you have Jermaine, and now you have Will McDonald. You need another edge rusher. If Reddick's not there, Michael Clemens is not the third rusher? Really? That's a joke. So you need Reddick. And I think Reddick's camp saw the leverage opportunity, which is why we got to where we are right now. Is it ideal? No. If it's true that the Jets were under the impression Reddick was going to play on his current deal like Hughes said, or Costello saying they did offer him a revised deal and he turned it down, but they were close enough to think that they were going to be able to get something done, it's not the best look for Reddick, but at the end of the day, if you're the Jets and you're all in, you need to win this year, you have to figure something out, and they will. You could say a lot of things about Joe Douglas. I don't think he's dumb. I think they will figure something out. Reddick is 20th among edge players in APY. $15 million remaining on the final year, I should say, of his contract. Can the Jets meet him somewhere in the middle? I'm guessing he wants Danielle Hunter money. Danielle Hunter signed for basically 2 years, $50 million. Can the Jets give him, let's say, another $2 million in guaranteed money and $3 million in reachable incentives to get him at $20 million, which I think is a fair compromise. He wants 25. You say we won't do that. We'll meet you somewhere in the middle. We'll give you a chance to earn 20. You'll get a $2 million raise, and we'll give you $3 million in incentives. Maybe it's sack incentives. Maybe it's performance based on the team, right? Jets make the playoffs. It's another $1 million. They go to the Super Bowl. It's another $1 million. Whatever. But they're going to get this guy into camp. This happens around the league all the time. If he's not there and we're in the middle of August, then I'm a lot more concerned. Because then you wonder, what type of shape is he in? If he shows up, is he going to be able to go out there and still play at a high level right away? Then you start to wonder about those questions. But I don't have those questions yet on day one. Not on July 23rd. I still think when push comes to shove, cooler heads will prevail here. The Jets need Reddick. Reddick needs the Jets. He can't sit out. He needs to play. He wants to be paid. You know how you don't get paid? By not playing. No one's giving you a deal coming off a season where you barely play or you're not good. So he not only needs to play, folks, he needs to play at a high level. So if I'm the Jets, and I'm all in this year, and I think we all could agree, Reddick's a better player than Huff. You have to figure this out, and they will. Is it ideal that this is happening? No. Do I think it will have a tangible impact on the win-loss record for the Jets? Not at this point. No, I don't. You know, I could do the doom and gloom thing, but I'm not, because I don't believe that. Honestly, I like the fact that Will McDonald now, for at least maybe the first couple days here, he's running with the ones. Let's go. Show us something, Will. We knew right away Jermaine Johnson was poised for a big year, too. All the reports last summer where Jermaine looks great in practice. Jermaine's killing it. Let's hear that about Will McDonald. That's how you could spin it positively. That said, at some point they're going to need Reddick, and at some point they have to figure something out. I think if he's looking for $25 million, you find a way to give him incentives where he can get $20 million. I think that's a fair compromise. But this is such an unusual situation because you very rarely see a team acquire a player who wants a new deal. You don't see this. Anytime a team acquires a player that is in the middle of contract talks with the team that he's currently on, a new deal is worked out before the deal is done. Most recent example is look across town. The Giants acquired Brian Burns. What did they do? They paid him. Which is why I actually think the Jets are right in this situation. I think they had it under pretty good understanding that Reddick was playing on pretty much what his current deal was. Maybe they would add some incentives here or there. Maybe that's what ends up happening, and Reddick's trying to get more than that, but I think that's probably what the Jets thought. Otherwise, why would they make this deal? Right? Joe Douglas has done deals before. He's done a lot of good deals. That's why it's out of character for the Jets to bring in a guy and trade for a holdout, essentially. I think Reddick and his agent reneged on what they agreed upon. Because it doesn't make sense. You don't see this around the league. When a team acquires a player who wants a new deal, they don't acquire the player until they have a new deal agreed upon. It's why I put more of the blame on Reddick than I do the Jets. That said, now it's on the Jets to problem solve, figure it out, because you need this guy. And any moron who's going to call this show today, like we had the last time we talked about this topic, and says, just get rid of him, we don't need him. You're a fool. You do need him. You want to win the Super Bowl? Because I do. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starving for this team to be good. And I promise you, Haason Reddick is going to absolutely help this football team win a lot of games this year because he is a game wrecker. And you know what he does? He turns over the football. He is a beast at forcing fumbles, pass deflections. This guy is going to wreck games. You need him. So let's not be stupid and say, screw him. All right, is it ideal? No. But they got to figure something out, and I think they will. But I don't want to hear, just get rid of him. We don't need him. No, you do need him. All right? You do. If you want to win, you know what you need? A game wrecker to complement Quentin Williams and Jermaine Johnson. That's what you need. How does Haason Reddick do in the NFC Championship game a couple of years ago? Remember that? So I don't even want to hear it. We don't need him. I think if you're a Jet fan, you have every right to be pissed, frustrated, whatever. But I don't want people calling the show this morning, we don't need him. Now you do need him. And it's on Joe Douglas to figure out a way to get him into camp, which I think he will, with some sort of revised deal. And the reason why I'm so optimistic about all this is there was a tweet that I think is flying under the radar from Ian Rappaport. Other than Schefter, Ian's as connected as any NFL reporter out there. Ian had a tweet this morning where he followed up on his initial tweet where he broke the news that Reddick's holding out. And he said, quote, the Jets traded for Haason Reddick on April 1, and he's been seeking a new deal since that time. While a full-blown extension may be unlikely, an adjustment to this year, the final year of his contract he signed with the Eagles, would likely result in Reddick showing. And there lies the answer, folks. An adjustment to his contract will, quote, likely result in Reddick showing. That's where this is headed. Now, that adjustment can be based on team success, sacks, everything I already covered in this monologue. But there'll be some sort of adjustment for Haason Reddick. He will be a Jet, and he will win games for this team. And if you don't believe that, you haven't watched him play. The guy is a game wrecker. And yes, they need him. I don't want to even bother with the morons. Just cut him. No. Not if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, which I think we all agree is long overdue for this fan base. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, the Jake Asman merch store is open. JakeAsman.com. Get your merch before it sells out. Right now, we still have everything you see up on the screen available and many other items in different colors, different styles. JakeAsman.com. JakeAsman.com. Hit the shop tab. JakeAsman.com. Purchase your swag. Shout out to all the Asmaniacs for their incredible support for making this happen. You guys are the best. JakeAsman.com. Get yourself some fresh merch. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to your calls, read your super chats. Huga House, they're sponsoring today's show. I'm wearing a Huga House hat right now. This is one of their brand new hats they released a couple of weeks back. Aaron Rodgers was wearing a Huga House hat when he reported to camp this morning. You might notice that hat he's wearing, it's almost the same hat I'm wearing, only Aaron's got his in black and white. Mine is in white and blue. So get yourself a Huga House hat. By the way, Aaron Rodgers showed up, as if there was any doubt. Promo code Asman at checkout. Get the hat I'm wearing. Get the hat Aaron's wearing. Get the hat a bunch of Jets are wearing. HugaHouse.com. Promo code Asman. You buy one hat with the code at 15% off. Second hat is 30% off. Keep that in mind. HugaHouse.com. Promo code Asman at checkout. Get yourself a Huga House hat. Shout out to Huga House for being a part of today's program. All right, here we go. Comments, questions, super chats. But we pause for this. Ladies and gentlemen, who's got it better than us? A Sprague spree. Are you kidding? A 10 spot to kick off training camp? Oh, baby.
I am the master of the Sprague spree. Take this, Jake, you little bitch.
Here we go, folks. 10 spot. What a way to get us rolling here. Brett Accardo, William Haas, Scott Heavyweight, Joel McCardo, Nicholas Kirk, Anderson Simpson, Luis Cordova, Peter Castro, Darius Richards, all officially channel members. Thank you, thank you, thank you, William. Ladies and gentlemen, before the show even began, our guy Keith Best, an inspiration to all of us, he came through and he dropped a 1 spot of channel membership.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas.
Here we go. If you hear your name called, you got a channel membership courtesy of Keith Best. Ladies and gentlemen, Don Reck received a channel membership. Thank you very much, Keith, for your awesome donation to one of our great listeners. All right, here we go. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Rat Diddy, shout out to him for getting up early on the West Coast and listening to ESPN New York this morning. Rat Diddy checks in. He's a fourth quarter executioner. He will be back next week. I tend to think this is something that's done within the first 5 days of camp. I don't think it lingers that much longer. Maybe it's me being an optimist, but I'm with Rat Diddy. I don't disagree. Super chat from John. He says, no extension, just give him some guaranteed money and incentives and let him chase sacks for a new contract. Our D-line is going to absolutely feast this year. This defensive line has a chance to be the best in football with Haason Reddick. Without him, it's not. So whatever they got to do to work it out, more guaranteed money, incentives, I'm right there with you. Nate writes in with a super chat. He's been an Asmaniac for 3 full months. Context and nuance aside, first impressions are a lasting one to Jet fans. Reddick looks like a diva who's not a team player. Not a good look. Let's go, Jets. You will very quickly get over it when he's sacking Brock Purdy opening night and helping the Jets win. You will very quickly get over his divaness. I remember as a Jet fan, people said Darrelle Revis was a diva too when he held out. Did the Jets get to the championship game in 2010 if they didn't sign Revis? No. This happens in sports, man. It's not ideal, but it happens. William writes in, these memberships are the first 8 Bobby shirts. Let's go, Jet fans. Well, William, I got good news for you, man. A total of 10 Bobby Midnight shirts have been purchased so far. I'll have to check to see if we got any more since I started the show. Go fast. Only 24 hours to celebrate the launch of our merch store at midnight this morning. The limited edition Bobby Midnight merchandise tee. Nate writes in, the man is holding out. Nate, he is. Where have you been? I'm just kidding. That comment was from a while ago. Javier writes in, Howie Roseman and Reddick hoodwinked JD and the Jets. I mean, did they, though? Who's the better player? Bryce Huff or Haason Reddick? What's the goal for the Jets this year? You tell me if Haason Reddick comes in, has another 10 to 13 sacks like he's done every year the last 4, helps this team go to the playoffs for the first time since Barack Obama's first term in office. JD got hoodwinked then? Because that's what's going to end up happening, Javier. So I'd be careful with that. I don't know if that's true. Now, if Reddick never plays for the Jets, then yeah, sure. But on day 1 of camp, you're going to have that take? I would calm down. I would calm down. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll show a little more patience than freaking out on day 1 of camp. Just an idea, though. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line, keep it rolling here. Paul writes in. So correct me if I'm wrong. Reddick is not earning enough money, but can afford to lose $50K a day to prove he doesn't earn enough. Well, that's why he's not going to hold out for that much longer. Do the math, right? I'm bad at math. If you heard the morning show today, my God, am I awful at math. But $50K a day, let's say training camp is what? Let's say it's 40 days, 40 days of camp. He's not missing all of camp. It's just not going to happen. R&R checks in. Stop worrying, people. Enjoy the ride. Jake, great job this morning on radio. Thank you, R&R. Look, I'm not going to tell Jet fans you don't have a right to be upset. Of course, it's not ideal. You don't want this. But as I've been saying since Aaron Rodgers missed 2 days of minicamp and, we all went nuts. This has actually been a story the whole time. This has been the story. Not Rodgers missing 2 padless practices in June when he went to 10 of the other practices. This has always been a story. Now maybe the media could do its job and cover it instead of Rodgers missing 2 days of camp. Not even camp. 2 days of OTAs. Unreal. I think Reddick's back by Saturday. I'm calling my shot. FPP says, I just ordered a coffee cup from your store. I got to get a new sounder for people who, during the show, announce that they ordered merch. Let's go. Bang. Love that. Ladies and gentlemen, FPP has officially ordered a coffee cup, a coffee mug. Now, FPP, I'm not going to dox you, obviously. But why is your username FPP if your name has nothing to do with those letters at all? Just curious. What's happening there? Merch store is open. JakeAsman.com. Go fast before we sell out of everything. Italian Stallion did the math. Roughly $2 million in fines if he holds out for 40 days. Right, so he's going to try and get, let's say, an extra $5 million in incentives. He'll hold out for 40 days, and then he only ends up barely getting that money in incentives afterwards because he's fined so much. Not going to happen. Drew writes in with a super chat. Cutting Reddick might be the worst idea of all time. Someone's going to call on and say it. I think JJ, who's known for brilliant ideas, he already had that take not that long ago. Prestige Shogun says, Jake, I don't care what nobody says. We are going into San Francisco and beating the absolute piss out of Brock Purdy. The Niners want to get that W. They're going to have to earn it. Look, it's their hardest game. You can make a case all season. It's week 1, man. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. What I know will happen, if it was up to my listeners, is this.
Is Brock Purdy going to run for his life on the opener? He's going to die. Let's go. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. I'm hyped, man. Let's go. Who's going to camp Saturday? I'll see you there. Nikki writes in, Jake, love the show. Keep up the good work. Reddick's a Jet. It's too late to be looking for a pass rusher. And you're not going to find a pass rusher as good as Haason Reddick. Do people realize how good this guy is? I think that's the problem. A lot of you Jet fans probably have never watched Haason Reddick. Go right now. All right? Pull up a second tab so you can hear my voice as I narrate Haason Reddick kicking ass. Go pull up Haason Reddick highlights. This guy wrecks games. Joe C. Jake, great work this morning on DNR show. Give him an incentive-laden contract for the year only. Get it done. I think that's what ends up happening, Joe. Thanks for listening to the morning show today. J-Man says, this trade was low risk, high reward. The 2026 pick doesn't matter this season. What matters this season is a Super Bowl win, and we need Reddick for it. If you're trying to win this year, you could love Bryce Huff, and I like Bryce Huff a lot. Haason Reddick's a better player. He is. Bryce Huff is a really good player. Haason Reddick has been one of the best players at his position in the league for the last 4 years. A deal will get done. Jeremy writes in, Haason Reddick has no leverage. A deal will get done. All right, great. Nate writes in, obviously I don't want him cut. I want him to play and play well. I've been a fan of a few years watching all the primetime Philly games. Yeah, there's no Jet fan that should want him to get cut. You need him. Ryan says, Hugo House boys turning up this year. This is our year, boys. Let's go. Promo code Asman at checkout. Jerome checks in. Reddick will be there before camp is done. I agree with you. Franco says, don't blame Reddick for holding out. He has no guaranteed money. He shouldn't step on that field without protecting himself. It's why I think they'll guarantee his salary with incentives, and this gets done. I mean, I'll tell you what. Would you rather the Haason Reddick situation right now or be the Packers where Jordan Love's not practicing until he gets a new contract? I'll take this. Our quarterback's in the building ready to roll. Now, let's be real. Like, Haason Reddick's not trying to prove himself this summer. We know what he is. He's one of the best edge rushers in the league. Who needs to play and play well to get paid, regardless what happens here with this contract. Javier thinks he made a good comment here. Hassan's a sack chaser. Oh, my God. This guy chases sacks. What a bad thing. You know what's great? When you chase sacks, because it helps your team win. Haason Reddick 2 years ago came in 4th in Defensive Player of the Year. He was a first-team All-Pro. He had 16 sacks. I can't believe he had the audacity to chase sacks. This guy, in his career, I don't think he's ever missed a game. So this guy plays. He's durable. What are we talking about? I don't think he's missed a game in his career. He's played 16 games every year, and the last 2 he's played 17. I guess he didn't play 2021. He missed 1 game if that was a 17-game season, which I think it was. He's missed 1 game in his entire career. This is a guy that is not a sack chaser. You know what he is? One of the preeminent pass rushers in the league. Sam writes in with a super chat. Sounds crazy. I'd give him a 2-year deal. He gets even better in year 2. Well, typically guys don't get better with age. It's why I understand the Jets thinking and just let's get him in for this 1 year. And if he has a great year, we'll worry about that in the offseason. We need to extend him. Sneakers the Boots with a super chat. Jake better than Grassa. Dan's great, Sneakers. Thanks for listening this morning. Happy we have Reddick, but he signed a contract he agreed to with the Eagles. Needs to prove in games he deserves the bag from the Jets. Agreed, and that in an ideal world is what will happen. But I think there's a way to keep him happy without truly impacting your future cap savings, your flexibility. And that's how I think this gets solved. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Javier writes in, do any of you casuals know the definition of sack chaser? Javier, please come on this show, all right? I will give you the largest platform for Jets talk on the internet right now, all right? You come on. You enlighten us on how it's bad that Haason Reddick is a sack chaser. All right? You come on and you break down the X's and O's, and I'll get out of the way. All right? I got better things to do. All right? You preach to the audience, Coach. Please, call in. Tell us how it's bad that Haason Reddick last year had 11 sacks. The year before that had 16 sacks. The year before that had 11. The year before that had 12 and a half. Please, enlighten us. Come on the show. We can't wait for your breakdown. Ken writes, and I think it's a bad precedent, and it looks bad to current players if the guy got a new deal just walking in the door. I think you could adjust his contract. I don't think you're asking for that much. I don't think it's a bad look if you do that. Right? I really don't. At the end of the day, are you trying to win the Super Bowl or not? If the answer is yes, because you're all in, then work something out with Reddick. All right? To me, it's a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. We will continue with your calls on the other side. I'm going to pin the Gusbuster hotline link. But first, let's pause because I want to tell you all about Circa and their epic football contests.
We don't need gimmicks like giant checks and mascots to promote this year's football contest because we're giving away even more money than we did last year.
$16 million in guaranteed prizes to be exact. There's 2 ways to win and no rake.
Players in Circa Millions make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries select 1 team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. Visit circasports.com for details.
$16 million in guaranteed prizes. Circasports.com to sign up and be a part of these contests. As Maniacs, we have an entry in the Circa Survivor. $10 million guaranteed in that one. So we're going to have a chance to win millions, baby. I'll pay Reddick myself. He's just going to have to wait till after the Asmaniacs win the Circa Survivor contest. Then we'll get it done. So show up to camp now and know that there's money coming for you at the end of the year, Haason. That's how we'll get it done. Super Chat. They always cut the line on this show. They are the lifeblood of this program. John with a Super Chat. Aaron wore an Egyptian shirt to camp. That's my quarterback. I love him trolling the media with that shirt. Love it. Oh, so good. It's also a cool shirt. I mean, look at it. It's a pretty cool shirt. Let's be real. Keith Best with a Super Chat. Jake called Joe Douglas. Tell him your fan base says pay more money today so he shows up for practice tomorrow. Well, Keith, it's a great idea. I'll play you the money sign, but I don't know if we have that power. All right, let's open up the Gusbuster hotline. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time yesterday, a customer of the merch store received an item they ordered from said merch store. Our first ever recipient of merch they ordered is this guy up first, Kyle Clifton. What's up, Kyle?
What's going on, Jake?
Is it true the coffee tastes better out of a Jake Asman Show mug?
I couldn't believe how rich and flavorful it was.
Thanks for supporting, man. I'm so glad that you got it.
It was great. It's I've had a problem with a lot of 10-ounce cups, and I prefer 12 ounces. And there's a little bit of overflow when I'm not paying attention when I put something in the Keurig. But this is good stuff. 15 ounces.
That's awesome, man. Well, thank you again, man. Appreciate it.
Does Javier realize that we play a system that rushes 4 almost exclusively,
right?
And that the coverage is pretty much taken care of on the back end because of the skill that's back there, whether it's Quincy or Sauce or whatever. It's a little frustrating to see a comment like that. Like they're in this system, you want guys to chase sacks if they're putting their hand in the dirt.
They're built to rush the passer. That's why they have a rotation where they keep their guys as fresh as possible to attack the quarterback every play.
And that's exactly right. I'm not so frustrated. I mean, I'm frustrated with Reddick, and I've said for a while this might be an opportunity to tag on 1-year extension. I get the feeling that Woody is being a little tight with the purse strings for contracts to go out further than this year. I think that it's prohibiting them from doing any kind of extensions with, say, Michael Carter, or if they wanted to tag on another year for Reddick. To me, it makes a lot of sense to convert some of his money this year into bonus so that it's guaranteed for him. Guarantee another couple of million for injury, and then look to get him at a bargain price for next year, and put some of that bonus into next year so he can say, oh, look, I'm making $19.5 million next year, almost $20 million. I'm almost at the market, but that's really just moving money around.
100%. I think that's what they end up doing, too. And I think, once again, the tweet from Rappaport is telling, right? He brings up the fact that they're likely not going to do a long-term extension, but some incentives to sweeten the current deal will likely get him to camp. That's, I think, Reddick's agent putting it out there. This is what you need to do to get the guy into camp. Can we meet somewhere with what we're asking for?
Right. No, I'm fine with him, absorbing fines. I would rather the guy be happy, but that's entirely up to him.
Right. And you know what? Even if he's not happy, him going out there getting sacked still helps the team. He needs to play well to get paid.
That's exactly right. Thanks for your time, Jake.
Kyle, great job, man. Appreciate you showing off that mug. Get the same one that Kyle has. JakeAsman.com, baby. The merch store, it's open. Mug, bottom right corner. Let's go. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe what I'm seeing online right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Jets Chaos. Jeremy is up next. Hello, Jeremy.
What's up, brother? How's it going?
We're living the dream, baby.
Yeah. Hey, any chance of a Jake Asman umbrella being available in the store?
Hey, are you talking about a collaboration with Gusbuster?
I'm talking about a collaboration.
It's in the works. I'll leave it at that.
I think what was interesting in the chat, I don't know if you saw it, that Javier was actually referring to some of us as casuals. And there's nothing quite like when somebody is wrong and ignorant and doesn't understand something, calling us casuals, where it's like he simply doesn't understand the position and he doesn't understand our defense and our scheme and why. I mean, literally, maybe for some other teams it would be an issue, but his role with us would be sack chaser. Like, get sacks,
That's why he's here. Yeah.
And the reality is if you look at his film, like, especially compared to a Bryce Huff, he's a complete edge. Like Haason Reddick, it might not be he might be the best ever at it, but he's a real edge setter. He stops the run. He sets the edge. He does that while getting those sacks.
100%. And look, this guy is proven to be one of the best at his position in the league. Like, trying to diminish his accomplishment, saying he's a sack chaser. Like, you don't know what you're talking about, man. This guy, pound for pound, is one of the 5 best edge rushers in the sport the last 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's on film. It's there. There's no argument. You can't argue that. It's like anybody who understands football will watch his play and agree he's a top 5 edge, which is why he wants more money, which is why I think that we should be willing to like guarantee more money and do something. The adjustment we were talking about, if they're asking for anything more than adjustment and he's asking for the bag, then they're in the wrong and they misled us. And that's, they're the one, they're acting poorly, and that's just, plain facts.
100%. And look, it's going to get done. He's not missing the season. He's not missing week 1. And in fact, he could be there by Saturday for all we know. It's day 1. Everyone take a breath.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that he's not going to pay $50,000 every single day. I mean, what's his options? People don't realize it. If he sat out the season, does he lower his value? Does he pay tons of fines? But we would own him next year. Like, he would have to come back and honor the contract next year. So what are his options? Like, miss 2 years? Does he think, like, what would happen to him if he sat out, then next year did it again? Does he think anybody's going to ever pay him after that?
No, this is his opportunity on a contract year to put up big numbers and get paid again. Like, he's 29 years old. He turns 30 in September. He can't miss a year at age 30 and then risk not getting another big deal elsewhere. Even if he's unhappy, he still is motivated to play well, so he gets paid by, if not the Jets, then someone next year. 100%.
Yeah. We have all the leverage. I think that I would have been happier with him as a person if he would have at least come into camp, said, hey, until I get this settled and we have some more guarantee, I don't want to get out on that field, but I'm here. I'm in the rooms. I'm talking to the other players. I'm being part of the team. I would have liked to see that would have been a classier move, a move that shows he cares about the team. But I think you're right. Even if he's a total missionary, even if it's like he's not part of the chemistry of the team, who cares? We're going to throw him out there, and he's going to be a lunatic trying to get to the quarterback because it goes right to his pocket, but his wallet next year when he signs a new contract. So the motivation is going to be there.
I have some breaking news here from Connor Hughes of SNY. I'm going to pull it up so people can see it. We have a contract offer from the Jets, apparently, or this is what they offered. So I'm going to pull that up and we'll break it down here. Jeremy, appreciate you, man. Good call. So this is from Connor Hughes. I'm going to load his tweet. We'll go through this together. I haven't read the whole thing. I just saw it was breaking news. We're back, baby. Yeah, this is the Jake Asman show we haven't done in months. Here's Connor Hughes. Here's his tweet. All right. It's so long, I got to actually remove the chyron at the bottom, the ticker. Sources. The Jets made Haason Reddick a contract offer before the trade from Philadelphia. It would have been a raise from the $14.5 million he's scheduled to make this year. Reddick declined the offer. The Jets said if he wanted more, $25 to $28 million annually, they needed to see him perform first. In the meantime, the Jets would adjust his current deal, convert non-guaranteed to guaranteed incentives. Reddick told the Jets he was on board with this. He would show up for the offseason program, minicamp, and training camp. He'd perform well early season, leading an in-season extension similar to John Franklin Myers in 2021. Reddick then skipped OTAs, minicamp, and training camp. The Jets are not willing to negotiate anything until he shows up. The Jets do not know when he plans on coming back. He will be fined for his absences. So Connor's getting this from the Jet side of things. That's how this works. So you always got to, check the source. Why is this information getting out? Why does this reporter in particular have this information? Connor, very plugged in with the Jet brass. He's getting this from Douglas or someone very high up in the front office. You use logic here. Connor, very good at his job, telling you, hey, Jets made him an offer. Jets are willing to maybe sign him in season if he balls out like they did with John Franklin Myers. The Jets telling you Reddick agreed to show up, and now he reneged on it. That's the Jets side of things. Now, where does this go? I think at some point Haason Reddick is going to sign a new deal with the Jets. I just don't think it's going to be for as much money as what he wants. But he's going to sign a new deal with the Jets. I'd be shocked if he doesn't. But, I mean, you can't even see that tweet. It's so long here. But Reddick wants Danielle Hunter money. That's what he wants. I don't think the Jets are going to give him that. Danielle Hunter signed a 2-year, $49 million contract with a $21 million signing bonus. I wonder if the Jets could get to around $21 million to match the signing bonus Hunter got, if that would be enough for Reddick. Let's say he's at 14.5 now. Let's say they do $3 million in a raise and the rest in incentives. Is that enough to get him to camp? My money would say probably. Because he's not getting more. Reddick is losing value every day he doesn't show up. He's losing $50,000 a day. It's a lot of money. He will be there at some point. Now, if he shows up, does he do a hold in? That's the other thing, right? Because it says in the tweet here, the Jets do not know when he plans on coming back. He'll be fined for his absences. But it also says the Jets are not willing to negotiate anything until he shows up. So if he shows up, does he say, my back hurts, I can't practice? So then he's not fined technically, but then you can't say he's back. You can't check a back injury. You can just say, I can't play. I got to be honest. I think we kill the Jets for a lot. I think this is way more on Reddick than the Jets. Now, that said, Jets got to play a little hardball here, but I think there's also somewhere where they can meet in the middle. Interesting tweet there from Connor Hughes. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Please hit the like button if you're tuning in live. You might be new to the show. Welcome. We talk Jets every day on this show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Our goal is to get to 40,000 subscribers by week 1 of the Jet season. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to a guy who always brings it with the passion, with the energy. Ladies and gentlemen, Jets Johnny up next on today's show. Johnny, what do you got for us?
Jake, my brother, what's up, man? How you doing?
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Man, everybody's got me pissed off, man, because seriously, you're going to call a defensive end a sack chaser? So, a running back is a touchdown chaser now when LaDainian Tomlinson was a touchdown chaser. What are we talking about? Megatron was a yards chaser when he got 1,800. What are you talking about? That's literally his job, is to sack the quarterback. So, anyways, enough with that. My initial thoughts were this is obviously not a good look, right? You want everybody to show up, but it's not the end of the world. It'll be fine. I like that report came out because I was wondering if they actually talked to him before. Because in my mind, I'm thinking there's no way Joe Douglas is an idiot. He didn't trade for this guy without talking to him beforehand.
Especially, too, because think about it. Reddick was with the Eagles. Howie Roseman and Joe Douglas are very close. That's where Douglas was the assistant GM there before he got hired by the Jets. So obviously those two have a relationship, and they knew what the deal was with Reddick.
Right. And so, you can clear it out of your mind that Joe Douglas is an idiot, right? So it's it seems more like Haason Reddick is acting not in good faith than Joe Douglas is incompetent to me from everything that I've seen. So it's not a good look for Haason Reddick either. But I think they'll find some common ground because we did the math. It's $2 million if he holds out for the whole camp, and then he'll get fined for missing games and stuff like that too. So it doesn't make any, to me, I don't know what Haason Reddick's play is. Why wouldn't you just show up if you're okay with playing for the contract? Like you said, it doesn't make any sense to me why he's holding out, why he would take the fines. It just doesn't make any sense to me from his side. So I think we just need to calm down. He'll be there. He'll be getting us their sacks. But like the to say that he's a sack chaser, that shit just pissed me off, man. I couldn't believe that. Literally, like Gary says some really stupid stuff. JJ says some really stupid stuff, but that's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard on this show, and that's saying a lot, man. So, but anyways, I appreciate your positivity, man. I support you. I can't wait for my koozies to come in. My Charles Gorman tank top.
Let's go.
Sweater. I'm so excited. Yeah,
Let's
there you
go.
Yeah, man. So, anyways, bro, I hope you have a good one. Talk to you later.
Johnny, appreciate you. I'm 100% with you. The sack chaser stuff is just dumb. How long did the Jets go before they had edge rushers who could actually sack the quarterback? Now we're going to complain this guy sack chases? Give me a break. It's too stupid to even truly respond to. So, obviously, you heard Johnny there talk about the merch store. I'm going to do a giveaway right now. All right? If you follow me on my Instagram and Twitter, or X, it's at Jake Asman. I'm adding your name to a random name generator. All right? Here's how you can enter. At Jake Asman on both Twitter and Instagram. At Jake Asman Show on both Twitter and Instagram. And you have to be a subscriber of this channel. And I will simply put a bunch of people's names in a random name generator. And I will DM you if you win. And you could pick any hat you want in the Jake Asman merch store. Snapback, trucker hat, dad hat, any hat you want. We'll do giveaways over the next couple shows here. Any hat you want in the merch store if you're the lucky winner. At Jake Asman, at Jake Asman Show, Twitter and Instagram. The more you follow, the more entries you get. So if you follow all 4, your name's entered there 4 times. That easy to win. Random name generator. At Jake Asman Show, Twitter and Instagram. Must be a subscriber. Go, go, go right now. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Let's continue now with more of your phone calls on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time today, we say hello to one of the all-time greats.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course.
Hello, Bobby.
Hey, too bad Jake Quest can't get into it. Nobody, he hasn't got a membership yet.
Well, he subscribes to the channel, though, so he's eligible.
Oh, subscriber. Okay, yeah. That was a good show. I think you should take off for Dave. Yeah, much better than Dave on the show. Definitely.
Well, I appreciate it. Dave's great. It was fun to do it with him.
Yeah. Boring. You were the best on the show.
Thank you, Bobby.
He was yelling at you one time. I wanted to get on that phone and yell back at him.
I mean, that's sports talk radio, Bobby. That's what happens.
They don't yell at each other.
Yes, they do. That happens.
No.
You've heard me yell at callers on the show. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I got up at 6 o'clock for you, so I'm kind of pedoed that I might have slept in a little bit. But
unfortunately, he didn't take your call, Bobby. But you were on hold.
I know. For 3 hours.
I know. Well, don't worry. You're going to get the last laugh. You have Jake Asman merch before he does.
Yeah. Who cares? He didn't sound like he wanted to buy anything from you.
He said he'd wear a hoodie.
Oh, because you got to give it to him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the only way. The other guys seem cool. The funny guy who did the game.
Joe Leo.
Yeah, Joe Leo sounded funny. I like that guy. He was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good. At least you were on ESPN. That's good. And then you're doing another ESPN show coming up soon, right? Monday?
Friday night after the Michael K show, 6:30
yeah,
to 10 p.m.
I'm going to come on after you then.
Yep. I'm solo that night, so I will take your call, all right?
And the guy in the back is going to be there?
Yes, we'll get you on. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll call him for you, too.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, I shaved. It's got a new red This is not the other shirt from yesterday. It's a new red shirt. I got 3 red shirts I wear. And then I took a shower. I feel good. So
nice. You scrubbed your body?
Yep, scrub my body, shave finally. See,
nice.
My mustache is gone. Ketchup is gone.
That's good. You don't want leftover ketchup on your face.
No, that was totally embarrassing. Mm-hmm. Guess who I got to talk to, and we friends now.
Who?
Hector.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, he showed his face yesterday on my channel. I said hi. He has a good dog. He has a what kind of dog is he? Pit bull. You know how pit bulls get their bad reputation because
Sure.
of their bad owners. If he's a good owner, he's friendly. That dog is a very friendly dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, you go. You have any? No, Rob Sable's tomorrow, right?
He's later this week, depending on his availability with training camp.
Oh, okay. I thought it was today. Okay. Well, I know you're gonna go on at like 5:30 today, maybe.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery, but we'll find out in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
We'll promise we'll find in Discord.
Bobby,
All
tell
right.
people that they should buy your shirt. It's only available for basically another 12 hours.
Yeah, buy my shirt, guys, if you want. You're doing good on Jake's merch. Everything's going good, Jake said. Very happy. Everything's moving along for you. And I'm a capitalist like you.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
I just... Okay, I'll see you later.
All right, farewell.
Farewell.
See you later.
See you later, Jake.
Bye, Bobby.
Bye. You're leaving.
Bye. We'll see ya.
Okay. You want me to...
Well, you know I have my own YouTube show. If I'm awake, I'm going live. Unless Jake has a show, Bobby.
Bobby Midnight, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new to the show, get ready. That's all I'm going to say. Card Cave super chatted before any legs to the Costello tweet. So this was before we got the latest Hughes tweet. Yes, Costello reported the Jets did make an offer to Reddick after they acquired him. That backs up what Connor Hughes said. I think it's true. We don't know what specifically the offer was, though. That's the thing. The Jets' perspective, as you see in the tweet from Hughes, is, we offered him something, but he wanted more. They say they offered him a raise. We don't know what the raise was. I bet you the Jets offered him probably closer to 17 or 18, and he wants closer to 25. Can we meet at 17 as a base, incentives to get up to 20, and off we go? That's probably what would get it done. Just my thoughts on that. J-Mags checks in. He's got a super chat for us. Shout out to J-Mags and his wife, Mia. They ordered a bunch of Asmaniac and Jake Asman merch that arrived yesterday. And Jay says all the stuff fits true to size. That was a great review. Except the hoodies, obviously. Read the fine line on the hoodies on the website. It says they run small, so go a size up. That was the feedback on the hoodies. Read the descriptions for all the items. This is 100% on the Reddick camp. Give him $18 million. Add incentives. 1 year, no future. Prove it at age 30. ESPN Radio today. Tremendous. Merch fire. J-Mags, you're the man. I'm right there with you. Philly Noodles checks in with a super chat. Jake, my guy, thank you for the B-Day video. LOL, like and sub. Philly, I got you, man. Nice of your wife, right? Or was it fiance? To reach out. Hope it was a good birthday. Derek says, so if what Connor reports is true, Reddick doesn't seem to match the culture of the defense that Ulbrich spoke about. I don't think this means Reddick's a bad guy because he wants more money. All right, was Darrelle Revis a bad guy because he wanted more money? Did he not match the culture of the 2010 Jets defense with Rex? All right, Reddick is a hired gun, so it's not the same as Revis, who was a homegrown Jet. I get that, but at the end of the day, he's still a team guy. He's not been known to be a bad teammate. He wants to win. You know what will help him get paid? Winning, playing in big primetime games, and playing well. Boomtown writes in, this is what happens, folks. Agents use what little leverage he has. Jets now counterpunch and push their leverage back and put pressure on his camp, making them look bad. It's a business. It's not show friends, it's show business. That's what's happening here. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, a member of the 4% female demographic is on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Graves is up next. Hello, Jay Graves.
Good morning, Jake. How are you?
What's up, Jay Graves?
Not much. First, gotta say my Asmaniac stuff is shipping today. When Carly was saying something about the green tank top, that was me. I saw the tank tops, like, ooh, green. So that was me. I got the first one. Hopefully you're selling more of them, but mine's on the way.
I love that. Love that.
Yep. Great interview with Tip and Bob, both of them respectively. Great interviews. Great job. And then I heard Bobby talking about, is he an animal lover or just a dog lover? Do we know?
I think Bobby just loves everyone. As long as you go on his show, he loves you.
Well, see, I had a little dog that passed away about 3 months ago. Just got some baby kitties. So this is for Bobby. Here, come here. Who are you? This is Mayhem.
I like
my little customer. Mayhem, yep. And then this one is Mischief. So they're sisters.
Very
and
nice.
They started off life in Lakewood, New Jersey, at an industrial park. They were found with their placenta still attached.
How about
There's
that?
4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them one died, my 2 made it, and their brother got adopted out to another family that already had cats. So that was for Bobby to show him my kitty cat.
I love it. That's awesome.
But as far as what's on Reddit, like as what Connor Hughes said, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, throw him extra money, throw some incentives, basically give him improvement. Like Joe Douglas does with every other guy. You want to get paid? Prove it. Pay real well for a year, we'll pay you, or somebody else will pay you. That's kind of how I feel about that. So he's only hurting his own self. I mean, yeah, like you said, we want him. It's not the end of the world, whatever. But he shoot his own self in the foot. So whatever. It's a nothing burger in my mind. Just like
look,
come and play and get paid.
It's a story. He's not there. He's important. It's also the season's not tomorrow. It's not till September 9th. There's a lot of time still.
Yep, that's really all I got for today. And I RSVP'd for the meetup in East Hanover. So I'm very excited about the Jersey meetup. I will be there to meet all you guys. I'm excited.
Jay Graves, thank you. All right, let's talk about the meetups here. I mean, I can already see we got a massive audience with the first day of camp. 310 people watching live right now. We haven't had those numbers since probably May, maybe June. We have 2 meetups that are currently scheduled for Jet fans. The first one is on August 7th in East Hanover, New Jersey. RSVP if you're going. Spots are limited, so only RSVP if you're definitely coming. It's BYOB, but we're going to have a lot of beer there for everyone. Don Jose Mexican restaurant, Jet fan family-owned restaurant. Rex Ryan and Nick Mangold are regulars there. It's going to be a blast. It's me and Richie from Jets Media hanging out with you on August 7th from 7 to 10. That morning, the Jets have a practice open for fans. On August 8th, that Thursday, a joint practice open for fans against the Commies. So if you plan on going to either one of those, you'll see us there. That's meetup number 1. Meetup number 2, a free event. We already have 150-plus people coming. Is our first ever Jake Asman watch party for Jets Panthers at T-Squared Social in Midtown Manhattan. Right next to Bryant Park, right next to Grand Central Station, right next to Alden's Shoe Store, T-Squared Social. Free admission, but you must RSVP with that link that's in the description for this video. Party starts at 6:30. Game is at 7 p.m. Drink specials, food specials, Jet giveaways, Asmaniac merch, ESPN New York promo team there giving out swag, V-Man doing the halftime show. It's going to be wild. T-Squared Social. See you all there. Speaking of Alden's Shoe Store, I know what we need to do right now. Ladies and gentlemen, on the line is a man we like to call Mr. Bonesy.
The only thing better than Alden shoes is Joey D, cause he totally rules. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody. Damn, this show is crazy. Jake, my brother, we made it.
We're finally here, baby. We're finally here.
You know we're back when we start getting the negative calls. You know when JJ's back in action and all this stuff is flowing. I mean, the fact that we're already finding stuff to be negative about, it's like we're back, man. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Oh man, Haason is losing a lot of money per day, but he's gonna come eventually. I'm not worried at the least. What's gonna happen? He's never gonna show up, and he's not gonna play and pull a Le'Veon Bell with the Steelers. Like, I'm not even gonna stress it. Like, what does he need? Reps. He needs reps. He's a veteran. Like, we're good. I'm not even stressing. Let's get more excited about Rodgers' T-shirt. Did you see that?
It's a great T-shirt.
I love him, man.
I think he's trolling too with this shirt, which I think is great.
Me too. He's totally trolling, and I was looking at him. He's smiling. Oh, I love that man. Him and Joe Douglas are my 2 angels.
Who do you love more, Joe Douglas or Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, if you gun to my head, I'd have to give it to Joey 3 Legs just because he got Rodgers to come here, and we haven't seen Rodgers on the field yet. I feel like as soon Rodgers is going to steal my heart very quickly, just like he will with everyone, even these media darlings that are hating. I can't. That's something I'm very excited about. I can't wait for Rodgers to shut people up and start playing well, and then watch the media like on ESPN, like Colin Cowherd and all them, have to just talk positive. Like they can't be negative if he's playing well. So I just can't wait for them to not have this. Oh, he missed 2 days of camp or all this bullshit. I'm very excited for them to shut their mouths. That's one thing that's coming very soon.
Bonesy, not only is it coming, but it's going to be loud and it's going to be spectacular.
High formation, Carter the eye back. Rodgers under center, drops back, lobs one, front left pylon. It is caught. Garrett Wilson adds a Jet touchdown. Aaron Rodgers slips a magical throw to Garrett Wilson, and the Jets are on the board.
Make sure you listen to my interview with Bob Lashusen from yesterday if you want to hear more from the beautiful voice, the pipes of ESPN Bob.
God, don't you love Bob? Love that voice. And I was at that preseason game. That's all we got right now. But I was literally there watching Rodgers throw that dot, and we've been so just stripped of any type of faith in the quarterback position for so long that when we see this man throw the ball, everyone's going to fall in love immediately because we haven't seen it. We've never seen Hall of Fame quarterback play in a very long time, and I can't wait. They're not doing anything today, but just all the fellas showing up and starting to get excited, man. This is our time, and I can't wait for this party on the 17th is going to be wild. The roster already confirmed going. I'm hyped, man.
Free event for all. It is going to be outrageous. All right, outrageous. RSVP like Mr. Bonesy did. If you're going, great call from Bones. Tommy writes in. I just ordered a crew neck and a coffee cup. Let's go, Tommy. Look at you, baby. Yeah. All right, here's what I'm going to do right now. If you have kids near you, cover their ears, cover their eyes. I'm going to put porn on the screen. That's your warning. Here we go. Jet porn, live right now. All right, this is why. Everyone take a deep breath and look at one of the greatest rosters the New York Jets have put together over the last 25 years. All right, just sit back. And while that plays, I'm just going to do this on loop. Everyone's got to take a deep breath, all right? I'm not dealing with Haason Reddick panic on July 23rd. Oh, we're not even halfway done, folks. All right? I'm going to play this till you're sick. You're sick. All right, there's going to be too much winning going on this year.
Please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Please.
Yeah. Let's go! Yeah! You get the point? Let's not panic over Haason Reddick as you watch him wreck Patrick Mahomes there on that play. How about Big Q? How's your ball bag, Bailey Zappi? We see more of this year? Give me a little Quincy Williams blitzing more, please. Let's go. All right. How about our guy Mosley, the captain, friend of the Jake Asman show? All right? Everyone needs to see this. Everyone take a deep breath here. Everyone take a deep breath. We got the best corner trio in the league. All right? Everyone needs to see this. Just trying to calm people down here. A little antsy this morning. All right? Nice throw, Tua. Also, can we extend Michael Carter? Can we do that? I don't think I'm asking for that much, Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew with a super chat. I don't know why fans take it so personally. It's a business. Everyone just relax. Stay warm. DNY for life with a super chat. I'm with you, bro. Love me some JD and RS. Let's go. I guess RS is Robert Saleh. I'm going to take it easy. We're good. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy never takes it easy. Joining us right now is our king. Ladies and gentlemen, King Lowski. Hello, King.
Jake, my brother. Jake, my brother. It's always good to see you this morning, my brother. Football is back, baby. Okay, everybody check it out. Yep, I got mine. Go get yours. It's happening. It's happening. The merch store is open, baby. Okay?
I love it.
Get your Jake Asman koozie. I put anything in it. I didn't have a can, Jake, so I just put anything in that mug.
I couldn't see what you were holding at first, kid, because the glare was covering it. Now I see it. That's awesome.
It probably the sunlight. My bad, Jake. Is everybody getting a good look?
I love it.
Go get your merch in the merch shop. Okay? Support the man, Jake Asman. I'm glad you're putting Carly to work, Jake. She needs some work. She needs something to do.
Amen.
Let me just say this. Okay, here we go. All right. Football is back, baby, and we already starting with some drama, okay? So the whole Haason Reddick, y'all don't worry about it, baby. Okay? The pads got to come on. He got to really see it. He got to feel it. He got to feel the energy. He got to feel them boys out there really hitting. Okay, and then he gonna get his mind right. All right, then he's gonna see that, boy, we ain't playing this year. Okay, so whatever drama you gonna ensue, okay, you take that elsewhere. All right, because this year, this team, we want to win the Super Bowl, and we're gonna prove and show that we ain't about no drama. We ain't about no games, but the game of football. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I understand that we got our issues and everything, and we got our problems, but I just want y'all to go and look at one little hater we know named TD Finch Talk. I want y'all to now. I know it's Dolphins. I know. But look, just go back to his stream yesterday, and go back to about 25-30 minutes into his stream. And watch that man call his defensive line trash. Man, baby, it was so beautiful hearing that man. Hey, Gator, you're going to have to go back and find that, because you might have to put him in that little hell thing, whatever. Because I'm telling you, the man called his defensive line trash over and over, baby. They are in denial. They are delusional. And they know that they can't mess with us, baby. They ain't got that 10-man rotation we got on that defensive line. And even without Haason Reddick, okay, we're still formidable. But we need all hands on deck this year, because we got an ultimate goal. And it ain't every year that we have an ultimate goal, and we believe in that ultimate goal, baby. Okay? So all the drama is cool. We're going to get it all out the way before them pads come on. Okay? And then we're going to pursue and go to make this playoff run and make this Super Bowl run, baby, okay? Yes!
There it is. You knew it was coming. If you're new to the show, welcome. That's King Lowski. He's here a lot, and he brings this. Let's go. Let's go. Hit the like button for King Lowski. Use the Lowski emoji. We need more emojis now that the season's here. Need more channel members so we can add the Asmaniac one. Dre checks in. Speaking of Asmaniacs, he's been one for 11 whole months. 1 month away from securing the 12-month signature badge, Dre. Let's go. Football is back. We ain't worried about a MFing thing. Let's go. Jets, 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 Jets. Let's go, man. Follow-up tweet from Brian Costello of the New York Post, covers the Jets. Kaz just tweeted, Some more on Reddick from sources. Jets opened a short-term solution. Reddick focused on long-term deal. Jets want Reddick here before resuming negotiations. They're not interested in negotiating with a player who is holding out. Haason probably shows up, and then they work something out very quickly. That's my theory. Maybe I'm wrong. But to me, he needs to play. He's not going to get fined $50K a day for 40-something days. Jets need him. They will work something out. And the Jets have shown you they're willing to do something to his contract. It's not like the Jets have said, we're not doing anything. You signed a deal, that's it. They're willing to play ball with him. They knew what they were getting. They knew they were signing a guy who wanted the new deal in Philly, and Philly didn't want to pay him because they paid all their other guys. See, that's the difference between the Jets and the Eagles right now. Look at Jalen Hurts' cap hit this year, where it ranks in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers is 13th among quarterbacks. You're not paying Sauce big money. You're not paying Garrett big money. You're not paying Jermaine big money. You're not paying AVT big money. You're not paying Quincy big money. Your best players, other than Quinnen, are not making a lot of money. Eagles couldn't afford to keep a 30-year-old pass rusher on a multi-year deal. So they got Bryce up for cheaper and younger. Makes sense. Jets are all in to win right now. Reddick fits the timeline. Makes sense from their perspective. They'll get a deal done, and Haason Reddick will game wreck games for this team. I promise you that. But I like the Jets making him show up, see what type of shape he's in before they give him a bag. I have no problem with that. This will get done, folks. This will get done. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a guy we only hear from during the season and big moments in the offseason. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in maybe months, Alex is up next. Hello, Alex.
And maybe if that feels like months.
Have you been watching the show, or you just completely checked out when there was nothing going on?
No, I mean, this is a very momentous day, but I was listening to Joe Caporoso, and he said August 1st is the day to panic if nothing with Reddick gets done. I think that's fair. I'll give it a week, or I guess a little more than a week technically. And I think, look, if you're the Jets, my priority is extending Michael Carter a second. Like, let's extend the guy who's been here, who's proven it with us. I'll admit I hate the optics of what Reddick's doing. I don't know what happened behind the scenes before the trade. We've heard all of the reports from Connor Hughes, Costello, about what assurances he gave the Jets, what the Jets have told him. I tend to believe the Jets side of the story because I have zero reason to think the Jets would publicly lie about a player like this, especially when it comes to something so specific like this. I'm sure this has been a change of Reddick's mind. But I understand the fact, and to me too, it is kind of, upsetting to see that, especially when a guy has never came in and contributed in any way to this team. Like, for me, when Quinnen held out at the activities last year, I never had any ill will towards him. I completely understood, and I wanted the Jets to take care of him right away, and I'm happy they did. And surely they are as well. Like, he's on a very reasonable, good deal that, everyone is thrilled about. But Quinnen, demonstrated himself in the Jets uniform. So this is obviously a very different, and he was also a young guy, Reddick. So I think the ideal scenario that I hope plays out is that, come a week's time or so, the Jets add some money onto this year. I know he wants to be extended long-term. He's probably looking at the Danielle Hunter contract, but that was a little bit of a different scenario, right? Danielle Hunter was a free agent when he got that contract. Haason Reddick doesn't quite have that type of leverage. So, I think they can find some middle ground here. And I'll say this about Joe Douglas. I don't love the way he handled the entire situation, obviously, with how it played out. Would have just loved Huff back, but I'm confident that he's going to kind of hold his ground here. He's going to be reasonable. He's going to try to extend Reddick, but this isn't going to be a Mike McCagnon situation where he hands Reddick 4 years, $100 million off the bat and just kind of caves into it. Like, Joe Douglas he's cognizant of the money that's going to need to go to, our young star players down the line. So more or less, hey man, Jets training camp started. I don't want to let this kill the vibes. I'm sure the Jets aren't going to, but hopefully they work that out soon. And again, extend Michael Carter, because that is something that I think should be, very straightforward based on the recent corner extensions we've seen. So it's actually 11 p.m. where I'm at right now, so I'm probably gonna head sleep soon. But
where are you?
Appreciate you as always, Jake.
Where are you?
Thailand.
Are you on vacation or you live there?
No, I'm on vacation. I don't live there.
Well, damn, man. You have a good time, and I appreciate you calling. I'm excited for more Alex calls, baby.
Absolutely. We'll get him as the season gets started.
All
Thanks,
right.
Jake.
Alex in Thailand. How about that? Let's add another country we can cross off the list here for the Asmaniacs. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this football season, that's right, today to me starts football season. Jets reported today, 2024 season's underway. It is my honor and privilege to send George Banal to Stupid Town.
Just shut the fuck up. I did not ask for the dumb opinion that came out of your ass, so shut the fuck up.
He's not worth the squeeze, says George. Yeah, let's not do that. Because Haason Reddick is going to win this team games this year. So, George, if your approach for the Jets is to be worse, sure. Let's trade Haason Reddick for a bag of used footballs. If you're trying to win the Super Bowl this year, which I don't know about you guys, I know I am. I'm not going to trade away one of the 5 best edge rushers in football over the last 4 years. I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is one of the all-time greats. I truly mean it when it comes to this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the great chefs in the Jet fan base, Chef Kevin Gilbert, is up next. What's up, Kev?
Jake, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
Let's go Yankees. I'll be in the Bronx tonight.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying bring us a win, man. Bring us a win. So I'm normally off on Tuesdays, and being the good chef that I am, I was on vacation and whatnot. I needed to make sure that everything looked good, everything was tidy and whatnot. You got to make sure that the guests are happy and all that kind of stuff. I can't enjoy my vacation if things are going wrong. Thank God, I got a great staff here. Everything was good. Just want to top some loose ends and whatnot. So came into work today, stepped out, had to get some stuff. As I came back, I saw somebody walk into the restaurant that we all know. So if you don't mind, I'd like to bring a guest on to your show, if that's possible, as Maniac.
Please do.
Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella.
What up, everybody? What a surprise this is.
How's it going?
How about that?
Yeah. Let me tell you something. This place, Cloverleaf Tavern, you got to have a meetup here, bro. It's awesome. All right, Chef Kevin's amazing. We've been chopping it up the whole time. It's been really great to meet him, and you really need to get down here, and what's that? Yeah, please. And you need to have a meetup here, man. It's a great spot.
I love that. I'm posting the address in the live chat right now for people to look it up. Chef Kevin is the man, and I love that the big fella is stopping by. That is awesome.
Man. Look at this, bro.
I love it.
Now, about Reddick, bro. What's going on? What's going on? I mean,
he wants more money. The Jets don't want to give him a multi-year deal. They'll meet somewhere with incentives to get him more money for this year and call it a day. That's what ends up happening. The question is, how quickly do we come to that solution? How much money is Reddick willing to basically throw away? Because every day he's not there, he never gets that money back. That's the new rule in the CBA. $50K a day no matter what. So how many days do you want to miss where you're getting fined $50K for not showing up to work? It's up to him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully he shows up soon. I mean, I'm still confident with the team regardless. What do you think?
So with what we have right now, I feel like on the defensive end, I feel like it's good. I feel like it's enough to start, but we definitely need the depth, man. Not having Huff, not having JFM. We seen Clemens last year, like Clemens lining up at the defensive end position. He didn't look all that strong. I don't care what they really say. Like my eye test shows that we need a little bit more depth. If we're just going to play that, all gas, no brakes kind of mentality, we definitely need some depth when these guys do get tired. At the same time, I do understand the philosophy of us having the lead and playing a little bit more conservative. I think that will be able to preserve us on the defensive end. But to like kind of be in this position right now with Reddick, I'm not 100% worried. But I feel like if this drags on, it's only going to kind of hinder what we have going on with the team chemistry. So, we just make sure we pray that Joe does the right thing, which we all feel like he will do. Just be patient. Nobody jump off a cliff right now. And Joe, we trust.
Kevin,
Absolutely.
big fella, what a call. I can't wait to check out
Absolutely.
the spot, man. I will be at the Cloverleaf Tavern at some point this summer. I look forward to it.
Yeah, you gotta get down here. The burgers are fucking awesome, bro.
Let's go. I mean, if Chef Kevin's preparing it, you know it's going to be good. Come on now.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I love it. Gentlemen, great job, man. What a great surprise. 2 of our great listeners right there. Love that. Also, Chef Kevin, Curly says that he has an extra training camp ticket for you for August 3rd if you need it. Apparently, you maybe need that. I got tickets I'm giving away, too. I don't know which ones just yet, but I'll say it now that we have a lot more people tuning in every day. If you have extra training camp tickets you can't use and you want to send them to me, I will do my best to get them in the hands of Jet fans who can use them. We did that last summer. We did that for regular season games, too, unfortunately, last year because the team sucked. No one wanted to go at the end of the year. But I will do my best to get your tickets in the hands of someone who could take a kid for the first time or someone who just wants to go and use them so they don't go to waste. And seriously, if you're a parent, take your kids to training camp. You get great access with the players after practice. They typically sign autographs for like 30 minutes after practice. It's a great time. It is a great time. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Speaking of training camp, this guy gifted me a training camp ticket for Saturday so my dad could tag along with my brother and I. Ladies and gentlemen, we go out to Nate, who's up next. Hello, Nate. Nate, I can't hear you. I don't know why. I think it's because you're wearing a Met hat. We'll come back to you, Nate. Let's go to Johnny Boy. Speaking of Met fans, hello, Johnny. There it is.
That was funny, bro. Hey, how you holding up, man?
We're living the dream.
I hear that. Hey, you killing.
How are you holding up? You just had a third kid.
Bro, I'm just exhausted and back on the grind of working as well. So just trying to, keep up. Trying to keep up with you, bro, with your like 50 other things that you be doing, bro. Stay on the grind, man. So, hey, well, I just want to talk about real quick and the Haason stuff, man. Like, why would he not want to play with a team that has the Super Bowl aspirations to go ahead and be that for this year for us? Like, $50K, that's a lot of money, bro. That just adds up. And then if he doesn't want to do it and he's like being stubborn in regards to that, then it is what it is, man. I'm loving the fact that his organization is sticking to their guns and saying, hey, man, we will not negotiate with terrorists, bro. Like, that's pretty much what it sounded like to me. So it's dope. And
I don't know if it's that extreme, but I do kind of understand the analogy.
Yeah, but I look again, man, like this is back in the day, we would have folded. It would have been a bigger issue. I don't think it's as big as they're trying to blow it up. I mean, it's the bigger drama problem more than anything than the whole Aaron Rodgers situation. And, I mean, nobody's talking about what Jordan Love is doing over there. I'm not faulting Jordan Love for, not doing, but imagine if that was Aaron Rodgers over here with us and et cetera, how much the news would be just destroying us, bro. So, like, for me, Haason, if you're out there, bro, just think about it, man. Do what you got to do. The Jets are giving you options, so it's not like we're like, hey, just kick rocks and we don't care about it. And people that are saying trade him, y'all bugging, bro. That dude's a beast. And why would you not want that player on your team? Like you just said, he will win you some games. So with that being said, man, I cannot wait for the onesie to come in, bro. So, and my hat too. JETS, baby. Just season has started. I had originally a New York, but then I saw Chef Kevin come up there with his Yankee stuff. I saw your Yankee shirt on and everything. So let's go Mets, baby. Let's go Mets.
Johnny, great call. Appreciate you, man. Merch store is open, folks. JakeAsman.com. Get your merch. If you follow me at Jake Asman on either Twitter or Instagram, or at Jake Asman Show on Twitter or Instagram, or how about this? Follow on all four. You get your name entered 4 times in a random giveaway where you could pick any hat in the merch store. Jake Asman Show hat, Asmaniac hat, any hat in the merch store. I will send it to you. Shipping, I will pay for everything. All you need to do is just follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both accounts, at Jake Asman Show, at Jake Asman. That's it. That easy. William writes in, Bobby Midnight for president. Let's go, folks. Make me spend some money. William says he will gift channel memberships for every Bobby Midnight shirt that is sold. Reminder, it's only a 24-hour sale, so go quickly if you want it. I'm excited to share with you, William. We just had another purchase of the Bobby Midnight shirt. So someone could be getting a membership if William is still tuned in live right now. Be on the lookout. All right, let's get back to Nate here and see if we can hear him this time. Nate, hello. Nate? I can't hear you, Nate. The hat is a much better choice, though. But I can't hear you. Let me bring on Bobby Midnight, see if he can hear you. Bobby, do you hear Nate?
No, I think he's muted, but can I say something?
Sure.
I have a different thing for my show today. I'm going to talk different about a different subject. You're going to all be surprised what I'm going to talk about.
What are you going to talk about?
Think, the Jets. It's going to be a Jets theme show.
You're going to give us a Jet theme show?
Yes.
Okay.
Nate, I think he's muted. And can I do the Jets chant, please?
Yes.
Okay, here we go, guys. Jets, 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 Jets. How's that?
I need it again. I need it louder. I need more passion.
All right, let's go one more time, baby. Jets, 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 Jets. How's that?
Oh, you know I like the Yankees and the Jets. Can't believe Jake and Rodgers met. I'm more than just a hat on Bobby.
We'll work on that, Bobby. There might have been too many Jets in that chant. Typically, it's Jets, and then it's Jets, Jets, Jets. But I like the passion. Bobby Midnight talking Jets. That's good stuff right there, folks. Not good stuff. I'd argue great stuff. Tremendous stuff. That was awesome. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, more of your calls because we still got a bunch of people on hold. So if you're on hold now, I promise we will get your call in. The show's already an hour and a half. There's breaking Jets news with more reporting on the Reddick situation coming out. So I want to talk about that. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to play a commercial break. Instead, I'm going to debut our first ever Asmaniac Jet-themed country song that was put together by one of our great listeners. Listener Harvey Bouchard is a lyrical and musical genius. We've had raps on this show. We've had a lot of great raps on this program. We've never had someone put together a country song about the Asmaniacs and the Jets. So right now, I present to you the debut of Jet Green by listener Harvey Bouchard.
Flying through the sky at supersonic speed, Jets fans have a special place to go. I found this place by accident, scrolling on the web. There's nothing quite like Jake Asman show. And Jets fans are a special breed, will always stand up for our team. Through thick and thin we fly the white and green. So go ahead and cut us, nothing's gonna stop us. Go ahead and cut us, you know we bleed jet green. You can try to hurt us with your words, just like Colin Cowherd, it's absurd. Canty has masticized his words. Middle fingers all that they deserve. stop by and hang out for a while. Guaranteed to walk away with a smile. Jets fans are a special breed. We'll always stand up for our team. Through thick and thin, we fly the white and green. So go ahead and cut us, and nothing's gonna stop us. Go ahead and cut us, you know we bleed red green. Go ahead and cut us, nothing's gonna stop us. Go ahead and cut us, you know we bleed red green.
Wow. How about that? Let's go. Shout out to Harvey for giving us our first ever country Asmaniac song. Let's go. That'll be added to the Asmaniac album. Tremendous. Ladies and gentlemen, William Sprague is a man of his word, as if there was any doubt. He says for every Bobby Midnight shirt sold, he will gift a channel membership. So, ladies and gentlemen, we present a Sprague Spree.
I am the master of the Sprague Spree. Take this, Jake, you little bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gil is the recipient of the channel membership from Harvey. Or from, excuse me, I have Harvey's incredible song on my mind. From Steven. A Sprague Spree. William Sprague. Tremendous. All right, more calls right now. Nate, I'm going to give you one last chance at this. Also, I changed hats. Shout out to the Cloverleaf Tavern in honor of Chef Kevin and Big Fella calling in. What's up, Nate?
Third time's a charm. Mic
Let's
check.
go.
Mic check.
There you go.
Excellent. How are you doing, Jake? It is officially Jets off season. I'm very excited. I'm excited to meet you on Saturday.
Can't wait.
But yeah, the fact that we have drama day one is like we're back at home. Like I feel like it's 2010 with Revis all over again. To address, I guess I called in earlier to address the Spanish John Travolta in the chat, Javier Revolta, and his casuals. I think he said something about he said chasing sacks means rushing the QB on players where he was supposed to be responsible for a player or zone, leaving that player or zone. So I was curious. I looked up how many snaps that Haason Reddick played in coverage. He played 48 snaps in coverage last year, which is about less than 3 plays per game out of his 55 snaps a game. So I guess he's referring to those 3 plays per game. He leaves his zone and chases snacks, but the other 50, he also, I guess, chases sacks. So if he's referring to those 3, great. And I guess to back up, his football resume, he had a question in the chat, a tough one especially for anyone that doesn't know football. He said, does anyone even know the difference between a hitch route and a drag route? Jake, your thoughts?
Does it really matter?
The most Madden explanation that he knows football is I know what a drag route is.
Who cares? Anyone with eyes, you don't need to know the names of these particular routes to understand Haason Reddick is really good at football, and it behooves the Jets to get him into camp because he helps him win. That's all we're talking about here.
I think it's more projecting his own insecurities. But I did love what Alex said, your previous caller, about signing MC2. How good of a look would that be for the Jets right now? If news just came out tomorrow that MC2 got as an extension and all this Haason Reddick news kind of pivots and it kind of gives the message to Haason, show up, do your job, and we'll take care of you. Like you said, even if he just shows up and has a cramp and doesn't want to participate, doesn't want to risk injury, I understand without his guaranteed money. But I also like Haason as I always like to compare football to basketball, even though it's probably wrong. Haason Reddick is like a speed rusher. And we've seen guys that rely on that first step and that speed lose a step at 30. Haason turns 30 week 3 this year. So I'm on Joe Douglas. That's why my it says hold the line. I'm all for being a hired gun. Like you said earlier in the show, I completely agree with you. Pay him as much as he needs this year. I don't really want to pay him into his 30s. And what if Will McDonald what if McDonald blossoms like Jermaine did this year? Then we have what we want. We have Will McDonald on one edge. We have Jermaine on the other edge, 2 young guys. And Will McDonald, he played a lot of 3-tech at Iowa State. This guy supposedly can stop the run as well. So I just don't know. And I guess to call out Bobby, I'll use a Bobby line. Javier, you want to type but not call in? Call in, Javier. Phone lines are open. Jake, always a pleasure. I appreciate it. Hope to see you this weekend.
Nate, if he calls in, I'm just going to have you debate him because that was a
I'll be here. I'm
phenomenal
ready.
call. You pulling up the stats on Reddick and coverage. Tremendous job out of you.
Even on PFF, he's run defense grade 64, pass rush 74, and his 48 coverage snaps, he was a 51. So he's not good in coverage. There's a reason why he's not in coverage. His coverage snaps are going up and up. He plays over 90% of his snaps are to rush the passer. So I don't understand that, he leaves his man. Who is he guarding man to man? Is he watching the games? Whatever. Go back to playing Madden, Javier. But I'll be here if you call in for sure.
Nate, see you Saturday.
Salute.
I love it. Shout out to Nate. What a call. That was tremendous. Hit the like button for Nate. I love that. I'm glad we finally could hear Nate. Third time was the charm. Tremendous. I think Hawk was trying to side with Javier because Hawk tries to be a troll. So here's what we're going to do. Everyone out there, look at this great chart. This is Hawk's favorite chart that I show on the show. If you're new around here, this chart shows you how god-awful the Jet quarterback situation has been the last 3 years relative to every quarterback in football since 2015 that has played at least 1,000 plays. You can see where Zach Wilson is on this chart, right? Now look at where the rest of the league is. Just take a look. So this is why you need Haason Reddick in camp, because he's really good. Now, Hawk wrote in Jake and his Fugazi charts. See, what's great about Hawk commenting on this chart is right now, by pulling up Hawk's comment on the screen, you can't actually see how bad Zach Wilson is at the moment. So Hawk is taking the bullet for Zach as I speak right now, because you can't see Zach Wilson. Look, now you can't see Zach Wilson. He's gone. Good job, Hawk. Oh, you think it's funny? Look at you laughing. Ah, awesome. Love it. Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the show, we have this thing on the program called The Hole, where we sentence people who piss me off for 24 hours. And if you're really, really good at pissing me off, not only do you get sent to the hole, but you actually get sent to the hole with a customized version of the video. Hawk, we'll see you in 24 hours.
Now look what you've done. Hawk, no more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
See you later. Goodbye, Hawk. Farewell. Later. We're back, baby. If Hawk's going to the hole, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike D's Nuts has officially become a YouTube channel member. Now, Mike D's Nuts always gifts memberships. This time, his membership ran out. He said, I'm not waiting for someone to gift me a membership. I'm going to do it myself.
Hey, thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership. Hey.
Is this Mike D's Nuts?
You bet your ass it is. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is a guy who could be sleeping. He could be pooping. He could be educating us on Puerto Rico. We'll find out right now.
It's time for V-Man to talk about Puerto Rico and his Puerto Rican roots.
I forgot to put him on. Here's V-Man. Hello, V-Man.
Good day, what's up? I gotta say, comment on that song. It started out a little more folky, and then as it like probably about 30-second mark is really when you start to feel the country vibes. I feel like its opening was a bit more folksy than country, in my honest opinion.
All right. Well, you could tell that to Harvey.
I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that I'm just not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that's a good. I like the song. I want to be very clear about that. I want to just say it just felt like it opened with a bit more of a folksy vibe than kind of a country vibe.
When are you giving us a song for the Asmaniacs?
If I could write a song, I would give you a song, but I'm not a songwriter.
What do you mean you're not a songwriter?
I'm not. Like, surprisingly, I come from a family of poets, but I can't poet for shit.
You come from a family of poets?
Yeah, my mother used to write poetry. Several of my great uncles wrote poetry in their spare time. But for me, I can't write anything.
I see. Now, let me ask you something.
Did somebody really write that in the chat?
What?
Suavemente. Oh God! Like the one of the two Spanish songs everybody knows. Puerto Rican songs everybody knows. It's like Gasolina and Suavemente. It's like the two Puerto Rican joke songs.
Let me ask you something. If you're not a songwriter, who wrote this?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Bass, and Jake. Get it started, Gator.
Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake.
Well, Suja's always cut the line.
And the Buelo dances really fine.
When she's so chucking and about them jets.
My senorita, you know she gets real happy.
Real happy if that female that doesn't rhyme.
Hey, Gator, it's a family show.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake.
Explain to me who wrote that and performed that.
Wait, I just noticed somebody was mixing. So I did not, but I was like, okay, somebody at least. Okay, now he changed it. Now what he put in there now? Tite mi preguntó by Bad Bunny. Someone put Aguanile by now that is a classic.
No one knows what you're talking about. Nobody.
No,
thank you for the time.
That's the end of this V-Man call. Time for him to get back to pooping.
I don't know what he's talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, Crypto Mike gets us back on track. And thank you to Crypto Mike for listening to ESPN New York this morning, man. Appreciate that. Super chat from Mike. It says, Jake, with the HR news, would you consider this a me type of scenario? I know our staff and GM have said many times they don't want players that act this way. I think it's different. Business is business. I saw CJ Mosley had a quote about this. Quinn Williams asked about it, had a similar quote. This is going to get done, folks. All right. CJ Mosley said, let me find the quote here. I just saw it. I have Quinnen's quote. We'll do Quinnen first, then I'll find you Mosley. Quinn Williams isn't concerned about Haason Reddick missing valuable practice time. When it comes to teaching him things, it's going to be like riding a bike for him. Quinnen also said, I know they'll get it ironed out. Confident the situation will be resolved. There was a good quote from Mosley, who is the unquestioned leader of the defense. Let's see. Mosley said, when you deal with contracts, it doesn't really get to the locker room because we don't control that. We know he's a pro. I'm not worried. No. What Olbrich is referring to with that is selfish players on the field, not when it comes to the business side of football. It's a business. Players understand that. That's how this works. David says, V-Man hasn't had his first cup of coffee. Probably doesn't have a Jake Asman Show coffee mug. V-Man, did you order a mug yet? If not, I'll order it for you. Just message me. I need you drinking coffee in a Jake Asman Show mug. Maybe we'll do that for our next giveaway. Today we're doing a hat giveaway. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, at Jake Asman Show on both. Maybe we'll do a mug giveaway tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone who always has takes no one ever disagrees with. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring on Gary. Hello, Gary.
Hey, Jake. What's going on, man? Call prior, Alex and Nate had some really good calls. I've never seen Alex before. That was the guy from Thailand. I don't know if he's from Thailand.
Alex is a regular, but he calls in during the season typically, and the season is now here.
He was succinct and intelligent. That was a good call. Shout out to Alex. And then Nate came in with some stats. And I don't think anyone should knock Reddick, the player. He's obviously a tremendous player. There's no question about that. The only question is he going to play and when? I mean, he's a phenomenal player. That's why everyone liked the trade, right? No one was saying, "Oh, he's so good when we traded for him." It was like, it's a great trade, but he's not. He's holding out, and you can't begrudge a guy for holding out. Like this is a violent sport where you have a very short, finite amount of time to make all the money for the rest of your life, right? Like I have brain damage. My life's not normal because of the choices that I made. Like there's an impact that he's going to feel for the rest of his life. He's got, 10, 12 years to make money, to pay for his kids, whatever. So you can't begrudge Reddick for holding out. The timing of it sucks, but if you're going to be mad at anyone, you got to be mad at Joe Douglas. He made this trade knowing that at a minimum, Reddick was on an extremely friendly contract, that holdouts were at least a consideration, right? You said he was like the 13th highest paid D end or something like that?
Lower than that. 20, according to Rich Samini's tweet, he's 20th in the NFL.
20th. I mean, that might be an issue, and that needed to be addressed before you traded for him. Now, you didn't give up a ton, and you didn't lose anything in this draft, so it's not super urgent, but like this needs to be addressed before you trade him. The one thing the Jets got going for him is that agreement that they have $50,000 per day per practice. That's super team friendly. Like I can't believe the union would agree to that. They did.
Well, also,
so they did.
But also too, and I'll let you finish, Gary. But also to that point, it's beneficial for the teams, and the Jets have already shown a willingness to do something with Reddick. They're willing to give him more money. We don't know how much more, but that's why I think ultimately you see the tweet from Ian Rappaport that while a long-term extension is unlikely, redoing his deal with incentives will likely get him the camp. That's probably coming from Reddick's agent. Like, hey, meet our price, and my client's going to show up, and we're going to work this out. That's how this ends, and it probably ends. My prediction is this ends within a couple of days. To be honest, with you. I don't see this dragging on to mid-August, and he's still not there. I really don't. I'd be surprised.
$50,000 a day.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Like you're burning the candle from both ends. Like maybe you'll get more money, but you're losing money each day. So I agree with you. The Jets are in position here of power. Like they have $50,000 per day on them. So I agree. They're at least going to get a Band-Aid deal done for next year, and then I guess we'll see what happens. But maybe they're far apart. I have no idea. It's just it's really like. You can't fix stupid, and there's no replacement for intelligence. And what Joe Douglas did, trading for some guy who's going to hold out, is like beyond stupid. But they should be able to get it fixed. So I guess there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Question from Big Bird for Gary. Gary, how does your wife feel about Reddick not reporting?
Sure, she's not thrilled. She's not thrilled.
Have you asked her?
Well, she's a Bears fan, so I'm sure she doesn't care.
She's a Bears fan?
Yeah, her dad's from Chicago. She's Bears and a Cubs fan. It's just like that's how she grew up.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Gary, but the shirt you're wearing right now, it looks like the same shirt, if I'm right, that I think your wife was wearing when Bobby called her hot.
Oh, is that Gary's wife? Hi, Gary's wife. Oh, there she is. Good looking.
Maybe not, though. Is it? I can't tell.
No, this is a Big 12 championship shirt, but close.
Ah, all right. It was orange. I took
We're
my
gonna
shot.
get another one this year, but it's going to say SEC champions.
That's right. Are you going to start chanting SEC now like all the other fans?
Probably not.
Yeah.
It's like chanting the comp. Like, do you chant AFC East? Like, it's a weird thing to chant.
College football is weird, man. Like, I would never root for like my rivals because I'm in the same conference as them. Like, no, I would never root for the Patriots win all these Super Bowls. It's great for the AFC. Yeah. Like, I don't care.
So the SEC, the people. So I want to say in the Big 12 because the Big 12, like Big 12 is Texas, right? The SEC is the Southeast.
Right. Now, Gary,
I get it, but
I was going to say, if I sold limited edition Jake Asman show shirts in bright or burnt orange for you, would you buy one?
There's a distinct possibility.
All right.
A distinct possibility, yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
101.
Well, Gary, excellent call out of you. Seriously,
All
not
right.
bad. All right, you did well today.
Thanks, Jake.
We'll talk to you soon.
Positive encouragement. Thank you.
Yep. Farewell.
Gas station pizza is better than a Big Mac.
For those new to the show, that's Gary. He's great on All Matters, giving takes. Jordan says, just returned from overseas after 7 years. Can't wait to watch the Jets again and tailgate with the best fans. Jordan, come to L5 for the home opener. I got all your drinks covered, my man. Welcome home. Welcome back. That's awesome. Love it. Mr. McMoney says, Jake, will you be selling V-Man 2024 shirts? Maybe. We will have a V-Man shirt at some point here. For right now, the only unique merch we have besides logo and Asmaniac logo stuff is the Bobby shirt, which is available for another 11 hours and 40 minutes. Or 20 minutes. Flash sale, Bobby Midnight 2024. Be ready. We're starting to wind down here. A nearly 2-hour stream. We're back in the afternoon to recap the biggest takeaways from the Jets players who are speaking. Garrett Wilson is currently speaking right now. I saw Tyler Conklin has already spoken. Quinnen and Mosley have spoken. I wonder if they will make Rodgers available today. My guess is, at this point, if he hasn't spoken yet, it's probably tomorrow, but we'll see. More of your calls before we wrap. BMAC is up next. What's up, BMAC?
Hey, Jake. Days training camp. Here we go. Football week. Tomorrow, first day of practice. So let's get it. Do your Haason Reddick thing. Look, I said that he wasn't going to show up. I was right. But I do think something will get done. It's hard for him not to be there. Week one. But I do think they, heads will prevail and they will come in the middle and get something done. And then for the other thing too, did you see Rodgers make the top 100 last night? He came at 92. Did you do that?
Say that again, BMAC. It was tough to hear you.
Oh yeah. Rodgers was on the top 100 list. He came at 92.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I think it's a sign of the respect he has from the players around the league. But if it's a top 100 players based off of last season, he played 4 plays. He shouldn't be on the list.
Yeah. I didn't agree with him being on the list too. But you remember 12 years ago, Peyton Manning made the list and he didn't play a single down the year prior. So
right.
do you think it's just a respect thing?
I think it's exactly what it is. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you can't say he's a top 100 player based on the 2023 season, right? So it's based on his career, and he's got respect from players, coaches, executives, and scouts. Because in a different list, they had him at 8.
Yeah. So so when Peyton, if they did it to Peyton, then you can probably give a little bit. Then you can understand that then you can give a little bit of a pass.
When it comes to Peyton Manning, yeah. I mean, look, this list means nothing, BMAC, but the fact that there is a history of Peyton Manning being on it after he went a full year without playing, coming off injury, then yeah, that's how they do it. I guess the criteria is 100 best players in the league right now. I think the fact that Aaron was on the list is a testament to the respect he still has for people around the league. Right? He played 4 plays last year. Like he wasn't a top 100 player last year. He is undefeated as the Jets starting quarterback, though. 1-0. He's never lost a game that he has started for the Jets. Highest winning percentage in franchise history. These are just facts. I got plenty of facts. Fact is, the Jake Asman merch store is open. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you have 4 opportunities to get your name entered 4 times. On Twitter, @Jake Asman. On Instagram, @Jake Asman. On Twitter, @Jake Asman Show. On Instagram, @Jake Asman Show. You must be a subscriber here on YouTube. Otherwise, if you win and you're not a subscriber, you don't win. I pick somebody else. I'm going to send you any hat in the merch store at jakeasman.com you want on me. We'll do more giveaways throughout the week. Thank you to everyone who has supported the merch store so far. Thank you to everyone on Patreon. who bought merch over the weekend and continues to have access to everything 15% off with your code. Fun show. We're back in a few hours. We're going to react to more of the Reddick stuff and some of the key takeaways from the press conferences that are going on right now featuring Jets players. Thank you all for tuning in to today's show. Once again, a big shout out to everyone who tuned in to my show on ESPN New York this morning. I saw Duncan had a comment here I wanted to read. Just have to say, Jake, great job on the radio this morning. Nice stuff on the Jets. Oh, I went in on Rodgers haters and the minicamp BS. So I backed the Jets well this morning. Thanks for listening, Duncan. A lot of fun. That's the end of the show, folks. Thanks for watching. We're back in a bit. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Join the Patreon if you want discounts on all the merch. If you plan on buying merch, you might as well join the Patreon because you get the Patreon for free because the discount you get from the merch store by being a Patreon member pays for itself. So the math is math right there. All right. I'm done talking. Have a good one, everybody. Let's go Jets. Jets. Jets, Jets, Jets.
BJF is gone.
He was on for the first hour. Now, Neil, the AI summary of the chat is right now. I want to read it to you for you to get you to comment. Viewers in the chat, you're getting just so you know, you're getting destroyed in the chat right now.
Oh, my friend, yeah, because I got no shirt on. I'm
back-to-back callers with no shirts on.
That's
yes.
it. Yeah, rip me, bro. I don't give a shit.
I'm not. I'm just reading the comments.
No, it's fine. I don't give a shit. But I can't see it, so I'll go back and look at it. Picture your wives under me, bro. Anyway.
Steve M, for your comments. I'm I can't, man. I need a 20. I'm taking 20.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
Only on this show, dude. Only on this show.
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
Joe Douglas going to get a lot of credit. And yeah, I read Rick's comment. I support in honor of Big Fella.
Come on.
We're live on Broadway right now. Shirtless, baby. Shout out to the chat.
Nate, thank you very much. All right. The show's getting weird.
I don't know what is going on today. I was watching the show on delay, and then I popped in, and everyone's topless.
From Leany and NC, Jake, I'm going braless. Does that count? For the first time ever, I have to play this for a female listener.
Calm your freaky down.
I can't believe they have to sing the ABCs.
Yeah, there's only
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, oh, voice crack, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?